Hello everyone, and welcome back to the second part of the video where we will be building our pipeline where we'll be extracting data load to the target. Okay, first of all, let's create our project using Meltano. To create our project, let's just open our terminal and type Meltano init. The Meltano init, now you'll be putting the name of your project. So let's put like Postgres Meltano. No, Postgres maybe Snowflake. Okay, that's the name of our project, and that's the you'll be creating a Meltano project. Very simple. And just click enter. You'll see the project has been generated with all the structure of the project, with the YAML file, the README, and let's quickly go in it and see Postgres Snowflake. And let's open it with VS Code, and you will see. Okay, here's it, and you see here's the project is still taking time to load. Well, a little bit. Okay, this is the structure of the project. You can see they have the analyze file, the folder, the extract, the load, and we'll not be going all through this. Maybe in the next video. But for our focus now, will be working on the Meltano.yaml file. Okay, you can see it has generated the Meltano project, therefore environment with the project ID, the environment, and everything. So, what do we need to do here? So, if you go back to the product architecture, we can see that using Meltano here, we need to move data from source to the target. So what do we need? We need some connectors. So we need to install a connector for Postgres and the connector for the Snowflake. So where do we get those connectors? So Meltano has everything for us though. So let's quickly go in. We can find some plugins there. You can see maybe Meltano connectors. Okay, so let's go to Meltano Hub and get the plugins for Postgres. Okay, let's type here Postgres. Okay, you can see that we have to like Postgres extractor and Postgres loader. So for our case here, as the Postgres is a source, so we need a Postgres extractor. So because we want to extract the data from the Postgres source. Okay, let's click in it and see here is it. So here's the command to do it. So let's quickly go and install our tab Postgres. Okay, take this command and come back to the terminal and paste it here. I run it. Okay, but there's something I want to show you is that something gonna be added to the YAML file in that project. Okay, let me go back here. You can see that the plugin has been added. So you see the extractor name, tab Postgres, variant, Meltano Labs, and everything. So that is it. And let's also install for Snowflake. The same thing. You can just type here, type like a Snowflake. Snowflake can say, okay, for Snowflake we need the Snowflake loader. Okay, we go here and you can see it is here. You can just grab it here and tag it, and it's going to be added to that YAML file too. Okay, it is done. It is done for this. Okay, you can see the plugin, the extractor is added, the loader is added. So if you have many sources, means that the extractor is going to be added like here, the name and tab Postgres and everything, right? So that is it. So we're not done yet. If you remember, we created our Postgres database, but we haven't had a data in that. So if you haven't watched the first part of the video, you just make sure to go into watch part of the video where I show you how to install the Postgres, the Meltano, and also creating your Snowflake trial account. Okay, let's quickly go back to our DBV. Okay, once you are here on your DBV, so you just quickly go to Meltano. You remember we're having the Meltano DB here. So let's go to database, open it, and check for the schema. So what do we need to do here? Just open your SQL editor from here. Okay, if it is open, so I have generated a script here to create a table. So let's grab it and come here. Okay, so you can see that we have three tables: customer, order, and the sales. So we're gonna be moving this data to Snowflake using Meltano. Okay, let's click open, run it. See, it's been created and it says the data. And after, do the same for the order table and insert the data. Okay, let's also do for the sales, and after it is done. Okay, okay, so now you can see, if you come here, you will see that we'll be having like three tables has been added. uh, okay, you can see tables have been added, and you can see the customer, the order, and the sales. So those are the tables that we're going to be moving. Okay, after that, our database has already a data. So now what we need to do here is that we need to get our credential. For example, if you go to the to documentation of Meltano, what they need here, for example, for Snowflake, they need we need the user, we need the role, we need the warehouse, and also the database. Okay, so to actually do that, Meltano has provided us a command here, the Meltano config command to set up everything. So before running this command, let's go to our to Snowflake and get those credentials. If you don't remember your credential, just make sure to maybe try to change your password. So the same password is going to be used. The password that you use to connect to your Snowflake account is the same that we're going to be using. Okay, so you can see when you come to this Snowflake here, here's the technique that I use to get my credential, not the password, but the username, the warehouse, and everything. So you can actually do like my account info. That's how I do to get it. Okay, so they have a chat bot here, which is very useful. Okay, okay, so that is it. Everything you need is already here. So that is it. Your username is this, your role and everything, your warehouse and everything. So but the thing that is remaining here is your database, right? So but don't worry, your database is already there. We have a database here that we created called the Meltano DB. This database that we created earlier, it is this one. But for the schema, we don't have a schema yet, but we're going to be using like a public schema. So if you go here, you can see that there's not schema here yet. So we're going to be using a public schema, and it's going to generate it automatically. Okay, for account, the account is the combination of this and this, right? So if you want to get it so quickly, just copy in this link and get just this. This is your credential for the account. So we actually need this one. Copy it and save it, right? And also the username and everything. So you come back to this. Okay, now let's start doing the interactive command where we'll be configuring our Snowflake credentials. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the terminal. Let's go back to the terminal and use this command. Okay, I don't know why, in my case, this command's not gonna work for me. I don't know, if I tried it, it's not gonna work, definitely, right? But to make this command to work, I have a trick that I'll show you here. Is I need to move this set command, this set here, move it around like to config set, move the set here, and after you click enter. So from this, it's going to be telling you to loop around all this one and try to set your things. So the first is the account. So the first is the account, you see is number one. So you need to put one. And if you want to exit, you click E. Okay. So let's start configuring the Snowflake. Let's click one, and your account. What's your account? The account is this one. My account is this one, but you need to put it with dash. Okay, so that is your account. Click enter and click enter again. So what do we need here again? We need also the username. Okay, let's put maybe the role. The role is 20, right? Okay, the role is 20. Let's click 20. That's what we need. Okay, let's go to the Snowflake here and now grab this one. The role is account admin. Let's copy this, come back and put it here. This is my role. Okay, click enter again and the role is set. And what do we need here again? We need the password. Okay, this password is the password that you use to connect to to the Snowflake platform. You're going to be using the same. Okay, so the number is 15. Let's type 15 and go back, and but don't worry, I will change. Okay, here's the okay, that is it. And you can see that Meltano is very smart, so it's gonna add that password not in the YAML file, but instead in the .env. So that's why you see redacted right here. So let's click enter again, and we already set the password. Now we need to do the already set the role, and we also need to put the schema, right? For the schema here, let's put the number is 21. So let's put it's gonna be public. Let's put 21 and let's put it in capital letter public. And that is it. Click enter again. And what do we need? We need also the user 26. Let's put 26 and the user is Pacom, right? Okay, this is the user. Okay, and also your warehouse. The warehouse is compute WH warehouse. Okay, so let's take the warehouse 28, the last one. Okay, that is it. And I think we're done with the configuration for the Snowflake. We can see it has generated everything here. You can see the account, the role, the schema, the user, and the warehouse. Okay, that's all we need for the Snowflake loader. And also we're going to be doing the same for the extractor. So remember the database, Postgres database that we created with the port, the username and the database and everything, right? So we're going to be using the same to also set for the for the Postgres. Okay, let's go back and do it. And let me check something here. Let's go here for the connect tool, like Postgres, Postgres. Okay, Postgres extract tool, and we can see here we're going to be using the same command. What we need is the database, we need the host, we need the password, we need the port, and we also need the replication, but we will see that later. Okay, and we also need the user. But remember, everything we're going to be using with the same command. So this one we're going to be using the replication method, but I'll explain that later in this video. Okay, let's grab this quickly and do it. Okay, take this the command and make sure to change the position of the, and after here you need to get out of this command and by typing E, and I think that's all. Okay, after this we also need to do for tab Postgres, make sure to remove this set and change the position between the tab name and okay, that is it. Okay, now it is the same command. You can actually do that one by one, but it is better to just using the interactive one. Okay, let's start with what we need. I said we need the port, we need the host. Let's start with the host name. The host name, you remember, yeah, our host name is local host. So the host name, the number is 14, right? 14 here. If we type 14, host name, local host, right? So let's click enter. Enter again, and we need also the password. You remember our password was Meltano pass. Let's click 17. It is 17 Meltano pass. Okay, Meltano pass. Okay, no value. Meltano pass. Damn, it's not working though. Pass. Okay, now it is good. So it's checking if the password that you enter for the first time and the second one are the same. So if it is not the same, you miss something. It's not gonna work. Okay. Let's click enter. The password has been set, and now we now do for the port. You remember our port is, I think it's 32. So let's quickly do for the port. 18, right? The number is 18. Let's take it and do it. The port, yeah, the default port is 54, but if you just leave it, it's still gonna work because it has been taken here as default that's 5432. So let's just do it manually. Okay, after setting the port, let's come here, and the user was Meltano user, right? So it's 40, number 40, and Meltano user, and that is it. Okay, click enter. I think we're done by configuring our connectors and the target. Okay, so what we see here, we see if you go back to the Snowflake, like I mean to the env file, you can see that the Meltano has added here directly. But don't worry, I will change this part after this video. Okay, that is it. So now we done like the 80% of the work by configuring all these. So now the next thing that we need to do is just to move our data. But if you want to move our data, what do we want to move actually? Nothing. We need to define something, right? So we need to move our table. We need to define the table that we need to move, because if you just leave it like this and run, it's gonna be taking everything. Like it's the Postgres, I mean the Meltano will gonna try to take everything. So that's not what we want. We want to take a specific table, only 3 tables that we want. Okay, so if you come back to this one here, there are some configuration that we need to just put it, right? So this is the incremental replication, and in the incremental replication you can see that there's a select here. The select, you put the schema and the name of the table. So let's quickly grab this one here and take this one and come back. Okay, let's set it here and with the name after the config, and that is it. And let's move this here. Okay, what are the tables that we need to take? We have 3 tables. What are the table? We need the, let me take this one, indent it a little bit, because modifying YAML files can be difficult. So sometimes if you miss something, it's going to show you error. Okay, now what are the table that we need? Let me just duplicate it. We need 3 tables. Okay, the first table is the customer table. Customer table, and the second table is the order table. Order table, and the third table is the sales table, I think, if I'm not wrong. Okay, and after the schema, what are the schema? The schema that we're going to be taking is this schema, right? The tab Postgres. Okay, this is what we're going to be putting here. Tab Postgres will be same for this one. Same here. Okay. Remove this one. Move this. And that is it. Those are the tables that we need, right? And also, right now, if you remember, I explained also the way how the incremental work in one of my video. If you haven't watched the incremental video that I explained different between the full load and the incremental load, just make sure to go and watch that video where I explain everything different between the incremental load and the full load. Okay, here is come the time that we're going to be setting the thing, like how the table going to be moving from the source to the target using the incremental strategy or replication. Okay, so right now this is going to be our schema. So to define this, you need to define it like, take it let's just remove this one, this key, remove it. We don't need this yet. Right now what we need is this one. You see this and the commodore. Okay, that is it. But there's something we need to implement the replication key. What is the replication key? The replication key is the column that we're going to be using for our to define like how the Meltano going to be tracking uh, uh, our column, right? So the column that we're going to be using is the created as is need a column date. Okay, and next is this for the sales table, and for the order table is going to be we're going to be using the order date, and for the customer we're going to be using the created at date. Okay, so let's quickly grab this one and put here. Okay, customer created ad, and this for you for this is the order is order date, and for the sales I think it's created date, create a date if I'm not wrong. Okay, let's check. And okay, that is it, and we are good to go. Okay, back to our VS Code. Now, remember we forgot something. We set the host, the port, and the user, but we didn't set the password. I mean, the database. So, what is the database that we need here? We need the database that we have for the Postgres is the Meltano DB that we also need to set. But you can actually do it manually. I recommend you doing using the command, but I'll be doing it here manually because it's just one. Okay. So how to do that? If you want to set it like just manually, you just need to type and put database. Database is Meltano DB, and the password we already set it. And also, you can actually do uh, for this database. I mean, database for our target. Okay, the database is actually I think it's Meltano DB 2, Meltano DB, and that is it. We're good to go. Right now, we have our incremental strategy for the on for all the table, the customer table, order table, and the sales table. Okay, now to run our pipeline, it is very simple. Oh no, I don't like this one. Okay, okay, to run it, what do we need to do here is just to just use Meltano command, Meltano Meltano run, Meltano run. You put the name of the extractor. What's the name of the extractor? Is tap Postgres here, and the name follow with of the name with of the target, which is target Snowflake. So let's do it here, and that is it. That's the command to run. Let's try to run it. Okay, you can see that it start running. The environment is a dev because we are in development mode. Okay, you can see it is running successfully, and let's wait for it to see. If you try to see the logs here, it has detected the table, and you can see the beginning that Postgres customer in incremental mode. So the column that is getting is tracking is this column, like with this date, right? And you can see found 3 table, and that is the run has been completed. So let's quickly go back to our Snowflake to see if our data has come. All right. So let's go back and see. Try to refresh it. Okay, you can see the schema public has been created. You can see the table, and here we have our tables, the customer table, the order table, and the sales. So let's try to say it and see the preview. Then you can see you have some record. Okay, and that is this for this one. So the if you understand how the flow is take the data from this source and put it here, but run it in the incremental way. So tomorrow, if the data has been added here, it's gonna track and check all the data the data has been that has changed from yesterday. So it's gonna just pull only the new records and put it to the target table. And that's it for this project. And if you like the video, just make sure to put your comment, and if you have any suggestion, just put down in the comment. I will be happy to see your comment there. Thank you and bye bye.